Sultan of Sokoto declares Monday, December 22, 2025 as the first day of Rajab for 1447 AH. Ministry of Aviation embraces digital transformation to improve service delivery. 18 million doses of vaccines set for mass animal vaccination from January 2026. Plus updates from the world of sports where the Africa Cup of Nations beckons today. Details of these and more on Panorama today. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. You're welcome. Now, President Bola Tinubu is already in Lagos to continue his vacation for the end of the year. Before the president arrived in Lagos on Saturday, he was in Borno State and in Abuja State. Let's join status correspondent Musbao then Wahab.
Governor Babagana Umara Zulu led a long line to receive President Bola Tinubu on arrival at the General Muhammadu Buhari Airport, Maiduguri. Residents of Maiduguri were long waiting to welcome their president to the home of peace. President Tinubu's visit here was quite event-filled. Governor Zulum's intentional drive to boost education in the state has seen construction of schools across the state. 3 of the recent ones, primary, junior secondary, and senior secondary school buildings with modern facilities were inaugurated by President Tinubu. The secondary school is named after the president. The president also commissioned electric tricycles, cars, and high-capacity buses procured by the state government to ease transportation and its cost on the residents.
For the benefit of our people, mobility, transportation, urban and rural communities, I congratulate the governor and the people of Borno State for this transformation. Government is all about people, and Professor Zulu is doing a very good job of caring for people. The electric vehicles, the tricycles, the charging terminals in their thousands is the urban problem, mobility and transportation economy. To the glory of God Almighty, and for the convenience development of our people, I declare the tricycles, the electric vehicles, and all other projects associated.
He equally inaugurated the newly upgraded General Muhammadu Buhari Airport, Maiduguri, and then to the Central Mosque, Maiduguri, for the solemnization of Sadiq Sharif, son of Senator Ali Modu Sharif, and Adiza Kam Salem.
Have the hand of Adiza.
President Tinubu represented the groom's family, while Governor Zulum stood for the bride's family. From Maiduguri, Musbao, and Wahab, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has renamed the Federal University of Health Sciences Azare after late Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi. President Tinubu was in Bauchi on a condolence visit to the government, family and followers of the late religious leader who passed away November 27 this year. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas and Governor Mai Malabuni of Yobe State were among the entourage of the president on the visit to the Sheikh Tahiru Islamic Center. President Tinubu describes the late renowned Muslim cleric and leader of the Tijaniya Muslim Brotherhood in Nigeria as a patriotic Nigerian in his lifetime.
The late Sheikh brought knowledge, impactful knowledge to the people, a great scholar, a Nigerian conscience that had worked so hard on the path of Almighty Allah, preaching the word, the sermon, the knowledge, and the value of honesty, integrity, and a great character. He has been kind to every member, direct or indirect member of the family. He loved the country, Nigeria.
And then the president pronounced a change of name to immortalize the late Sheikh.
From Federal University of Medical Sciences, Azare, Bauchi, we from today be known as Sheikh Dairu Usman Bauchi University.
Your Excellency, we are really grateful. We are really delighted by this visit. You had to come yourself, show the kind of affinity and respect you have for Maulana Sheikh Dahiru Bauchi, the family, and all of us. And I'm happy the APC family has not really let us down, because from the airport coming down, you have seen the tumultuous crowd.
The president had earlier deployed a delegation led by his deputy, Kashim Shettima, to attend the third-day prayer for the deceased. And now let's connect with our Enugu Network Center for the continuation of Panorama, and Chika takes it up from here.
So much. And Christmas is a season of celebration, giving, and merriment in commemoration of the birth of Jesus Christ. The spirit of Christmas remains strong in the Southeast Zone, with many people finding ways to adopt and make the most of the festive season. However, the question remains, why the flamboyancy in the celebration in the Southeast? What are the cost effects in the long run? Chimaruke Ugu is our guide.
Christmas is a significant holiday in the Southeast Nigeria, particularly among the Igbo people, who are predominantly Christians. The region's cultural heritage emphasizes family and community celebrations, which is reflected in the extravagant festivities. The festivities also present the opportunity for individuals to showcase their wealth and social status, with lavish spendings on decorations, clothing, and food seen as a way to demonstrate success and prestige.
The Igbos believe in showing off what we have. We don't hide who we are. We don't hide what we are. We don't hide how we are. We labor from January to December. The Igbos are hardworking people. And when you see a hardworking man who makes it, he rejoices in the fruit of his labor.
Some residents highlight the mix of cultural pride, social status, and entrepreneurial flair driving these bashes, while others have varied opinions and therefore question the lavish spendings.
People come back home and they are drunk. People come back home and they are masquerading. People come back home and they're into immoral living. It's not the essence of Christmas. So this flamboyancy of trying to become whom you are not in reality is a terrible thing.
What makes it flamboyant? Sharing goods, sharing rice, sharing money, helping the poor. That's a part of Christmas.
People come home to invest, look back after the years they have left the village, to look back what is needed in this village. The positive impact is development, coming together, supporting each other, investing and bringing the economic base up.
The flamboyant Christmas celebration in the southeast Nigeria are driven by a mix of cultural, social, and economic factors. While they showcase the region's rich cultural heritage and entrepreneurial spirit, they also come with significant costs and implications, including financial strain, inequality, and waste. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
Now with us to discuss the effective period, cost, and effects, as the case may be, is our public affairs analyst, Dr. Marcel Ngene. Doc, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's just launch immediately. What does Christmas mean in the Southeast beyond religion?
Thank you very much. Christmas means so much to the Igbo man. Christmas means a time of reconnection, a time of reuniting with loved ones. Because you know that Igbos are ndi njenje, those who normally travel from one place to the other in pursuit of commerce, in pursuit of economic opportunities, in pursuit of excellence. So within from January to November, it is assumed that Igbos must come back home for evaluation, for appraisal. There's a way they assess you to know whether life is treating you well or not. Because originally, Christmas period is a time that we use in remembering the birth of Christ. It is a time where we reflect our, we try to look at our Christianity because we believe in God. We are Christians predominantly. So, but beyond that, it has a cultural significance. A time where those that have not been at home over the months are expected to attend meetings. They're expected to come to Ofala festivals. They're expected to come to Ibanku wedding. It is a time, it continues from December through January. So for the Igbos, it is a very beautiful time. The only problem currently Igbos are facing regarding the celebration of Christmas is the economic situation, the inflation.
Okay, going in that direction, does it mean that this period, the Christmas period, does not impact positively on the local economy?
It does. It depends on the way you want to look at it. It depends on the lens you're using to look at it actually. If you look at local economy, those that sew clothes, those that sell fabrics, those that sell food, chicken, meat, this is the time they smile to the bank because people must eat. No matter how bad the economy is, people must eat. But you can also see that it is a time when, no matter how poor a family may be, they are expected to sew new clothes for their kids. They must buy rice, buy all the condiments, and they are expected also to extend goodwill, to give gifts, in Igbo land, no matter how rich somebody is.
So why all these expectations, considering the hardship many people are complaining about?
Well, it is something that has come to live with us over the years. That is where the job of people like you, who are in the media, comes, is well made for you. They'll begin to do enlightenment campaign to tell people that Christmas is every day, that Christmas is just 2 days, 25th and 26th, and maybe New Year, January, 3 days, and trying to make them understand that a time will come when they will need to pay school fees, they will need to pay house rent in January, they may need also to keep money for upkeep. Those things will begin to touch their attitudinal and behavioral, behavior towards Christmas. Because in reality, in truth, Nigerians, Igbos, they spend so much that people look at it as being wasteful.
Okay, for you, does this have any social benefits? How does it actually help to reunite the people and rekindle the Igbo spirit in the people?
It does. That is one of the most beautiful aspects of it. Because that is a time when those who have young girls that are ripe for marriage will begin to come back home, to begin to see young bachelors also, those that are likely to be spouses, to say, whose child is this? This girl is beautiful. She must be like her parents. This is a time when people begin to get married. This is the time people begin to know who their cousins are, their nephews are. It is a beautiful time of the year because there's a lot of merriment, eating, feasting. It is a time when even the poorest of families are expecting gifts from well-to-do families. It is a time that we celebrate the Igbo-ness in us.
All right, so we can see that this comes with a lot of benefits to the people.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the negative consequences within this period and how to address it.
Thank you very much. There are a lot of negative effects on that. One is that people begin to engage in ostentatious living, arrogant consumption pattern where they begin to...
All right, thank you, Doc. We've been speaking with Dr. Maxwell Ngene. If we leave him, he will go on and on. But now, let's go for a quick break. Panorama returns shortly. Glad you stayed. Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano and Port Harcourt International Airports have now received full air drone certification from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA. This brings the total number of certified international airports in the country to 4, joining Lagos and Abuja International Airports. Aliu Kabiru reports.
As well as internationally accepted safety standards. According to the NCAA, the process involved rigorous inspections and compliance checks to ensure that airport operations, infrastructure and safety systems align with global best practices.
Aerodrome certification is not a ceremonial exercise, but a globally recognized attestation that 1. The aerodrome infrastructure is safe, 2. Operational procedures meet international benchmarks, and 3. Safety management systems are functional.
The formal issuance of aerodrome certificates for both Malam Aminu Kano International Airport and Obafemi Awolowo Airport in Port Harcourt. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad that we're finally here.
The NCAA also reaffirmed its commitment to continuous oversight, stressing that certification is not a one-time exercise, but part of an ongoing process to maintain high safety standards across Nigeria's aviation sector. In Abuja, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
80 million dozen of vaccine is set for mass animal vaccination beginning from January 2026 by the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project. National Coordinator, Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support, Sanusi Abubakar, stated this while inspecting consignments of vaccine from the National Veterinary Research Institute, VRN, and preserved at the solar-powered National Strategic Vaccine Storage Cold Chain preparatory to the main exercise. Vaccines procured include foot and mouth diseases, contagious bovine pneumonia, and Newcastle, which will be carried out nationwide.
Ministry and the Ministry of Livestock Development and the state DVSs to work on the plans for the delivery and also for administering the vaccine. We make sure that this vaccine reach the livestock farmers at their destination.
We believe in strengthening the capacity of MVRI by allowing them to produce locally and using local isolates that also guarantees more, efficiency and effectiveness in terms of immunity and vaccination for animals.
The Abia State Police Command has embarked on a sensitization work to promote peace and prevent crime during the Christmas season. The exercise, which is in line with approval of the Inspector General of Police on crime-free Christmas work, was in collaboration with the State Police campaign against courtesan and other vices. Ngozi Okafor reports.
The road show by the Abia State Police Command took them across major streets and public places to campaign against cultism, and other social vices as part of measures to ensure a peaceful and crime-free Yuletide season. Members of the public were also encouraged on collective responsibility in achieving a crime-free state, especially during the festive period.
We prevent before it happens, and all of these sessions are coming alive. And the Commissioner of Police, Ibidala Digisa, is working tirelessly to ensure that all of the vision and the directive of the Inspector General of Police is fulfilled to the letter in Abia State.
We have taken it up upon us to bring peace in Abia State, to say no to crime, we say no to fraud, we say no to cultism. We want to make a peaceful state.
The public were assured of the command's readiness to protect lives and property throughout the Yuletide and beyond. In Omahia, Ngozi Okafo, NTA News.
The 2025 Africa Cup of Nations kicks off this Sunday in Morocco, with Nigeria and 23 other African countries set to battle for continental story. For details and more, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Updates.
All is set for the official opening ceremony of the 35th Africa Cup of Nations, scheduled to take place in Morocco on Sunday. 24 nations will battle for continental glory as Africa's biggest and most coveted football trophy goes up for grabs. Nigeria, runners-up at last edition, are among the tournament favorites. Head coach Eric Chelle is confident of a strong campaign as the Super Eagles begin their Group C journey on Tuesday against Tanzania. This marks the second time Morocco will host the Africa Cup of Nations, having previously staged the tournament in 1988. The North African nation has won the title once in 1976. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has announced a major policy shift, confirming that the Africa Cup of Nations will be held every 4 years from 2028, bringing an end to the biennial format. The tournament has been staged every 2 years since 1968, with the only exception being the back-to-back editions in 2012 and 2013. NTA, in partnership with AfroSport, will beam all AFCON matches live to viewers across the country. Still on football, 8 matches will be played on Sunday in the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL), as Match Day 18 promises excitement, renewed rivalries, and high-stake encounters across various centres. And finally, Arsenal have reclaimed top spot in the English Premier League after edging past a stubborn Everton side following Manchester City's brief ascent to the summit earlier on Saturday, with a comfortable 3-0 victory over West Ham United. At St James Park, Chelsea showed resilience as they came from behind to secure a 2-2 draw against Newcastle United, while Liverpool punished a 9-man Tottenham Hotspur as they pushed to revive their season. Attention now turns to Sunday, when Manchester United visit Aston Villa before Fulham host Nottingham Forest on Monday to round off the fixtures. With Sports Update, Suleiman Musa.